Hey, good morning, everybody. This is Pastor JC coming at you live on Christmas Eve. And I hope everybody is having a great Christmas Eve and that you are planning and preparing for whatever you do for Christmas. I'm interested to know, what are some of your Christmas traditions? What are some of the things that your family does? Maybe you've done them for 20, 30, 40 years. Maybe you started a tradition last year. What are some of the things you do traditionally on Christmas? For each of us, it's different. For my family, we always get together. Not just my immediate family, but my extended family. We all get together. We have a good time. We have lots of food. Do a gift exchange, a crazy game gift exchange. And it's always a great time. And I love being with family at Christmas time. And as we've been talking over the last couple of days, we've kind of been talking about the first Christmas family and all of the characters involved in this Christmas drama that unfolded. We talked about Joseph and how he had to prepare himself and he had choices he had to make concerning that first Christmas day and Jesus coming into the world. We talked about the shepherds and the important role they played in finding the perfect lamb and being notified by the angelic beings about this coming Messiah. Today I want to look at perhaps one of the most important characters in this nativity setting, other than Jesus, is Mary. And I want to look for a moment at something very interesting about Mary's life. When the angel came to Mary, I'm sure it was a surprise that she was the one chosen. She knew from the prophetic statements in Isaiah and other prophets that the Messiah would be born of a virgin. But I wonder if she ever even dreamed that she would be that one. And so when the angel of the Lord came to her with that thought in her mind, how is it possible that I'm the one who's been chosen by God, by the great I am, by Jehovah? I am the one that he chose to do this. I don't feel worthy. I don't feel like I should be the one. I'm not sure I could do it. Maybe all of these things were mulling around in her heart, in her mind, and in her spirit. But in the moment that she was approached by the angel, I believe that perhaps beyond all the questions, beyond all the fears, beyond all the worries, beyond all the doubts, she knew the will of God. And I think for all of our lives, beyond all of the questions that we might have about, God, what do you want me to do? How do you want me to live? Am I doing it right? Beyond all the questions that we have, God, what is your plan? What is your purpose here? What do you want to do in my life? How do you want to direct me? What is the ministry that you've placed in my heart? What is the calling that you've put on my life? Beyond all of those things, God can give you a blessed assurance of what his plan and his purpose is. And I believe it's settled in Mary's heart, because when the angel first told her, you're going to be with child of the Holy Spirit, and you're going to call his name Emmanuel, God with us, Mary said, how can this be, since I haven't known a man? Joseph and I haven't slept together. We're engaged to be married. We're betrothed to one another. But I haven't even slept with a man. I'm still a virgin. And I'm sure in her mind, she's thinking, if I say yes to this thing, how do I even tell Joseph about this? Is he going to believe me? Is he going to trust me? Is he going to think I've lost my mind? You see, sometimes when God speaks to you, you know what God has said to you, but other people are going to think you're crazy. They're going to think you've lost your mind. They're going to think you're a fanatic. You're one of these Jesus freaks. Who cares? Who cares what other people think when you're following the will and the plan and the purpose of God? So when the angel of the Lord spoke to her, Mary said, let it be to me just as you have said. Do you hear the submission in her voice to the plan of God? Do you hear her commitment beyond all of her fears and all of her doubts? Do you hear that moment of commitment when things changed and Mary stopped asking questions and she committed her life and submitted her will to the plan of the Holy Spirit? See, I think this Christmas, if we can learn anything from Mary's life, yes, she was an amazing woman. Yes, she carried the Son of God. Yes, she birthed the Messiah into the world. But think about what it took for her to have that moment of submission and commitment. And she followed through. And I'm so thankful that she did, because we have Jesus. Because Mary submitted herself to God. And she birthed a Messiah. She birthed a miracle into the world. And can I tell you today that no matter what God has spoken to your heart, no matter what you feel God's calling on your life is, even if you're at a point where you are confused about the direction which your life is supposed to take, know that when God speaks to you, you need to submit to the plan of God for your life. You need to commit your heart completely to what God has laid out before you. And He may not give you all of the instructions. He may not give you a detailed map about where He's taking you. That's where trust comes in. But first there has to be that moment of submission where we say, Holy Spirit, let it be to me just as you said. We have a great nativity story because Mary submitted her heart and her life and she trusted God. We have a Messiah birthed into our world because Mary submitted herself to God and she trusted the Lord. Will you submit your heart and your life to God today? Will you surrender the lordship of your life just as Mary did? Because her life ended up taking a turn she wasn't planning on. It ended up taking her down roads she never imagined. The plan of God will do that to us sometimes. And we may feel like we're detoured when really we're right where we are supposed to be. So today I just challenge you. I urge you. As we come up to today's Christmas Eve, as we come up to Christmas tomorrow, submit your heart and your life just like Mary did. And you know that when God brings you through it, you're going to be praising Him from the mountaintops. I love you today. I'm praying for you, and may God bless you. Take care, and I'll see you in the morning to wish you a Merry Christmas. It might be before 10 a.m., so keep checking your notifications, okay? I love you. God bless you.